Hi, I'm Dr. Ted Rogers. Welcome to History by the Plate. I hope you are having a great day. Now, I love Mexican food, and I don't know about you, but I usually start off a good Mexican food meal with a big old bowl of chili con queso. And isn't it easy to close your eyes and imagine an Aztec eating chips and queso? But the reality is, there was no dairy, no milk, no cheese in pre-Columbian Mesoamerica. So how do we get this perfectly picante, delightful dip for a chip? Let's check it out. The spread of dairy animals with the conquistadors was slow. Cows and goats had barely made it into Texas by the early 1600s. The first reference even remotely close to the chased cheese is from the 1816 Mexican novel El Periquillo Sarniento, or The Mangy Parrot. But this was not a dip. Instead, it referred to stewing whole green chilies in cheese. Now, that recipe is lost to us, but man, I need to give that a try. An 1896 article about Mexico mentions chiles verdes con queso, but again, the chilies were served whole, covered with thick melted cheese. In the early 1900s in the U.S., the dish Welsh rarebit was in vogue. Basically, a main course, the recipe was melted cheese poured over toast. In 1908, a newspaper in Kentucky published a recipe for Mexican rarebit. It was the same as the Welsh version, but with chili pulp added to the cheese. Not only no chip, but no dip. Finally, in 1920, the Women's Club of San Antonio published a recipe called chili con queso. It used paprika, not chilies, as its seasoning. Still, it was close. Rotel tomatoes came into the mix in 1949, as did Velveeta as a substitute for American cheese. Still, the dish remained regional to specific parts of Texas. In 1964, Lyndon Johnson's wife, Lady Bird, served chili con queso at a White House function. No one there had seen the dish, so with curiosity high, Lady Bird gave the recipe to the food editor of the Washington Post, who published it. Still, the dip dithered, as the recipe really was not very good. None of the major cookbooks from the 1960s through the mid-70s even mentioned chili con queso. Then, in the early 1990s, Julia Child, while in Dallas, Texas, ate a serving of the delicious dip at a place called the No Place Restaurant. She didn't go back for seconds or thirds, but fourths. And the master of French cuisine helped popularize chili con queso. Then, in 2002, Agra bought Rotel tomatoes and partnered with Kraft to boost sales through a nationally published joint recipe of Velveeta and Rotel's as chili con queso. Hey, I hope you've enjoyed this and learned some fun stuff. For more fun recipes, travel tips, and videos, check out our website at www.historybytheplate.com. Oh, and subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. It is fun and free. Happy cooking!